Shalom,
Shalom, shalom.
Our praises to
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Hashem,
Kodash.
Give double honors to our elders and our apostles that taught us this truth. Salutes to the sincere out there. Keep pushing. Lord willing, we'll be out of this place soon, man. In the year of Jacob's trouble, apostates, sellouts, and agents. We're going to go straight in. Bring out the precept you got, Baba Kusha.
Sirach 8 and 9.
Yeah. Sirach chapters 8 and 9. It's gonna give us
Right.
it's gonna start the ball rolling.
This is how you go or you want to?
Oh, I had it here.
Bring it. Go in.
This is Ecclesiasticus.
You got another one. Bring out the other one. Whatever.
Okay, right. Ecclesiasticus 8 and 9. It says, "Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth."
Yeah. So we all want understanding. We all want wisdom. We all want knowledge and understanding. Why? Right? We're going to understand how our fathers and their fathers walked. And it's just a general senses. This Loudwin is a quick video, straightforward and to the point. It's just a general senses, Lord willing, just to put the vibration out there that, yeah, man, we're in the last days. Right? Things are ramping up. One of the last videos talking about the discourse of the elders, the elder apostle Tahar. One of his videos was entitled "The Month of June," right? Because we had the scoffer saying about it's June, right? There ain't no microchip, but we got the month of June, which is the month of the microchip, or the so-called pushing of the microchip. As a matter of fact, let me pull up the channel right now. What's that one saying there? On the right, the one on the right.
Which on the middle?
The title. On the one on the far right.
It says it's June National Microchipping Month.
Right. So that's a slap in the face to any scoffers that may have tried to scoff at GMS concerning the MOTB. So we're just giving you as we're talking about today, miss not the discourse of the elders. You know what I mean? They always be updating what's going on, what's trending. If you want to know what's going on in the world, you watch the news, right? And you got alternative medias now. That's even better. You get a general census even with the mainstream news. But if you want to really hit the what's really going on, what's really trending, you watch the alternative news. And if we want to know what's really trending in Israel, we don't misquote the. Read it again, Baba Kusha. Read 9 as well. 8 and 9.
Yeah, this is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 8 and 9. It says, "Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth."
Yeah, now we're gonna come back to that. I'll get I believe it's Jeremiah 6 and 16.
Jeremiah 6 and 16.
If not, it's go with that one first.
Because the apostles, they had their apostles as well.
Okay, I got it.
Go on.
Slow here. It's coming now.
Yeah, because as you was gonna say, the apostles, they learned from their teachers, right? They took the instruction, they ran with it, just like on the field. You have the relay, and you don't want to get that baton and fluff it, or get out of beat, get off the side to the side or to the left, or just drop it, because the whole team gets a penalty. They get disqualified. So likewise, we wanna keep the baton going. You got it?
Yeah, got it. Jeremiah 6 verse 16. "Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see and ask for the old paths."
Yeah. Well, we're constantly asking for the old path, man. What's going on? How do we walk?
Right.
King Solomon, we don't got to get it, but King Solomon was right, man. King Solomon, the little wisdom that he had, he knew that he needed wisdom. With the little wisdom that we have, that we would like to have, we know we have to ask for wisdom. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
Right.
That was said at the
That's a true saying.
that was said at the last sit down we had. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And I'm talking about brothers have their fortes. That goes for what your maybe your outlet could be, or your personal forte.
True.
Could, the more you get into it, the more you realize, man, I'm learning this beautiful, but I want to learn more. So read that again, Baba Kusha.
Yeah. Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask. See the word there? Ask.
Yeah.
Ask for the old paths.
Yeah, we constantly, we're hungry, man. We want more. We want to be fed, man. And it's beautiful that we're being fed. We're learning, constantly learning. This is a constant thing, a constant ongoing thing. And you never know too much. You never can know too much, but Lord willing, we always keep our feet on the ground, stay humble. Get the Sirach, is it 30? I think
13.
It's no. Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. I believe it's 30.
And 14?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
30.
Better is the poor.
I asked you to hold one.
Better is the poor. That's the one you asked me?
No, not that one, the other one.
Okay, yes. Ecclesiasticus 5:15.
Yeah, that's the one.
Be not ignorant of anything in great matter or small.
Yeah, so we're just hungry, constantly learning, constantly asking our elders, which they're giving freely. They receive freely. They give freely. They receive freely.
Yeah.
As Yahushua said. But it's a beautiful thing that we don't want to take for granted, right now or any time in the future. That's why Another thing that's trending as well is praying. Keep on praying.
Wow.
Right. Always asking for prayer, for blessings to continue. To also, brothers need blessings too. Brothers always need prayers too. We're not. There's always a need, man. There's always a need, a concern in Israel.
Yeah.
Because you remember, Ariel, the scripture says that the whole body is sick.
Yeah.
The whole head is sick.
Yeah.
So we all need continuous praise, all the prayers and prayers. Pray without ceasing.
Yeah. And we don't need to ask brothers to give testimonies. We know the stories, and there's a whole, brothers got their thorns in the flesh, So read that one more time, Baba Kusha.
Ecclesiasticus 5:15.
Bring out what you got.
Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small.
Yeah, and our elders and our apostles and our big brothers on down are making sure, that we're well fed so that we're not ignorant. And if if there's something that we may be concerned about, and we ask, we're gonna get fed. We're gonna get the queries or the questions or any doubts. We're gonna get the answers, man. But it's a continual, as we know, it's a continual thing. And we know we're born again, right? And that's how we approach this thing, as Nicodemus said, in you don't go get it. John, I believe it's John 3:1. How could he know unless he be born again? And we're talking spiritually. So we've been talking about health, recent videos, physical health. But the Most High is beautiful. He covers physical health, spiritual health, mental health. Any little little niggles you may have, right? It's all covered, man. Yeah. The Most High is brood on everything, you know what I mean? Yeah, what you got, Baba Kusha?
Yeah, this is Romans 15 and verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. And of course, through our apostles, they use these scriptures, these accounts that have been mentioned within scriptures, in order to teach us and really to be as a guide for us, as we live our lives. Really, you can consider this as the final regeneration before eternity. Right. Because we're in that generation where Yahushua is going to come back. Of course, all these prophecies written within the scriptures are going to come out. You got World War III. Really, the war's just going to keep going on. Esau's still innovating his weaponry, and of course the MOTB. You got Elon Musk and his company Neuralink, which is the chip implant for the head. They're still working on it. They're still improving. So all of this, as well as that, judgment still happening on Jake as well. All of these prophecies, for example, Matthew 24, is all coming up. So really, what the apostles have been teaching us, our elder bishops, our elders, of course here in GMS, this is written for our learning. So when they break down these scriptures, it's for us to learn and also to apply as well. So I'll read it one more time. This is Romans 15:4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime," and these scriptures were written before this regeneration, not to get too deep on reincarnation, but before this final regeneration, these things were written before by the prophets as well that are still alive today. So certain of them that are still alive today.
Because they come back in, the elders, our elders, the prophets, as you say, come back in their lots to fulfill their lot, which is to instruct the sheep, the elect, the hopeful elect, the potential elect, to keep us on the straight and narrow. Don't forget your point. Bring out your point you're going to bring out.
Yeah, so it says, "Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience, through that suffering, through the endurance."
Yeah, that's another way the Most High can give us wisdom, learning, and understanding through trials, experiences. King Solomon asked for wisdom, and then was giving him that the trial when he had to be a judge, to judge between what was right and wrong between the son, the one who rightfully had a son and the one who faked that she had a son, and he was very decisive and quick with it. The Most High did give him wisdom. That's the example that we want to be like. Our big brothers, we want to be, do we? Would they say be like Mike? You heard that saying. When he's talking about be like Mike, it's like having a role model like Michael Jordan, or Michael Jackson. There's role models. They push this role model, which is left-hand side role models that are sending people as a bad example. Because when some of us was growing up, we thought, it's just we're potential. You're going to be a good basketball player. Or maybe you wanted to be a good football player like Ian Wright, or what's the other one, Ryan Giggs, what's the other one we were talking about before?
John Barnes.
We want to be like John Barnes, and they had their... you can say something.
No, I nearly forgot the name again.
So John Barnes and Ian Wright, so what was they good for? I mean, not knocking them, they came back in their lot, shoving that ball in the back of the net. That's they learned some stuff about racism.
True.
But they was role models, right? But they came and they're gone. You know what I mean? And a lot of them had, they're under the curses. But we have role models. That's the point, though. We have role models we have top role models. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. Second Ezra. Let's go to that. Second Ezra.
2:42.
Yeah, talking about role models.
Right. This is Second Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 42. It says, "I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. And they all praised the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns."
So that's we're talking about role models now. We got role models, man, now. They soon stand out. But you got those that are pushing this word right here, right now. You're soon going to be made manifest who they are individually, collectively, yes, but individually. And who's leading the charge? Carry on. It's going to break it down.
It says, "And in the midst of them, there was..."
This is what the prophet Ezra is breaking down. He's actually saying what he saw. This is prophecy. Go on.
"And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly."
So that's how he felt. That's how the prophet Ezra, that's how he felt. Now, we read that and we get the sense, we get that kind of, that feeling that, man, Yehoshua, he stood taller than all the rest,
Yeah.
right? And we gonna marvel, all right, when he returns. That's prophecy. But you got the 144,000 too, right? Some of them, they're in the midst of us, right? We know everybody comes back in their lot.
Right.
It's going to be made manifest, but
Yeah.
we're gonna, Lord willing, we'll be there. We want to be there. Those saints going in, but we're not short of role models now. When we opened up with, miss not the discourse of the elders, right? That's how we're being fed. That's the channel that we're being fed, and it's keeping us in check. It's keeping us to remember what time we're living in. It's keeping us in the loop, as they say in the world. So we know how to conduct ourselves in our daily lives, in marriage lives. People talk about, it's about married life and all of that. Listen, the Most High covers that too. Yes, he does. He covers how to treat your wife. We don't focus overly, excessively like some of the other camps. But the Most High, if you can get into that, so that you have a happy, for the most part, we're going to be under the curfews, but you have a more of a comfortable. It would have been less comfortable if you didn't have the truth, and if we didn't have our elders. It would have been more of a how you say, of a challenge.
True.
Just like just generally in life, life would be more of a challenge without our elders. Another thing as well. Where I like my old school kung fu movies. I was watching one of them the other day, right? I'm gonna say I'll tell you, it was Snake and
Monkey Shadow.
It was Snake and the Eagle Shadow.
Oh, Eagle Shadow.
Snake and you got Snake and Monkey. I was watching that too.
Yeah.
We're just checking things out. But anyway, they who have the teacher, right, the grandmaster, and he teaches his student, and the student understands that yes, my teacher, I bow to you. He knows he knows there's an order, there's a rank there, and he looks after him. One time, if the teacher gets sick, he brings him his herbs. They deal with herbs as well, which I believe it's not that video, but anytime there's any kind of sickness or any kind of wounds, they go into the wilderness and they get their herbs and come back, boil it up, put it in they have their little saucer pan, and they you alright? Soon come with the herbs. Yeah, get it ready. And they
get it ready.
Stirring stir the herbs. It's strictly herbs they deal with, man. I was talking about the old. They're bringing back the old way. We're coming back to the old way.
Beautiful.
Now. So anyway, the
old paths.
The old paths. That old path is coming back. The old way, which is really it doesn't go old. You know what I mean? The Most High, as a matter of fact, things get better with the Most High. Things get better with time, I think we touched a little bit on that in one of our previous videos. Things with the Most High, when you're dealing with tinctures, when you're dealing with the scriptures, it don't go old, it don't wear out of time. It's never out of time. It gets better with time. And your appreciation, Lord willing, not like some that we've seen, our appreciation grows, Lord willing. That's why we have to stay,
stay humble.
Miss not the discourse of the elders.
I know a little. I searched the definition of discourse.
To the best of your ability. We know, it's hard to keep up. Now you got the, brothers be pushing out those videos, man. Yeah, but go on.
I searched the definition of discourse, and it says in the AI overview, discourse refers to the written or spoken communication, as well as the broader systems of thought and social practices that shape how we understand the world. So of course, when it says let me read it again in Ecclesiasticus 8 and verse 9. It says, "Miss not the discourse of the elders." So of course, the way they teach us, the understanding they give us, which is through these scriptures. It says in the definitions, it says social practices that shape how we understand the world. So of course, how we're supposed to live our lives and how we're supposed to operate. Of course, in the obedience of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, that's what our apostles, of course, our elder bishops have taught us to do. So when it says miss not the discourse, it's essentially saying don't miss the guidance, don't miss the advice. Guidance is really the best word for it, from our apostles, from our teachers. Yeah,
it's the general senses of what's trending. The general senses of the vibration that's being pushed out. Right? We know we're in the last day. That we can say, that we do know. Right? There's other little things that you can get into, but we know things are ramping up.
Yeah.
And we're ramping up in the spirit. On the left hand side is ramping up. Esau with his sword, right? He's getting ready. So right hand side is ramping up. How do we do that? You know, miss not the discourse of the elders, keeping our medicine strong. You mentioned prayer. That's being pushed.
Yeah.
Right? Prophecy. That's being pushed. And things of this world is now let me say it another way. The organization is picking up, right? When you think about the word organization, some of us have been in some kind of organizations.
Yeah.
They're falling by the wayside. It's crumbling. Esau's world, even one of the videos I'm looking at right now. Esau, I'm gonna go. Right, this town full, the town full of Nero's world. The downfall. The downfall of Nero's world. His world, his organization is crumbling. Ours is picking up. We noticed it. It's improving. There's always changes that are made for the better.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. You're dealing with imperfect men, but you're dealing with a perfect organization that is who's on the top of it? King David, Yehoshua, then Yehovah. So he doesn't miss a beat. Any little thing that needs to be cleaned up, shined up and polished up, it comes from Yehovah, Yehoshua, on down to our elders. We holding.
This is
Baba Kusha, we're gonna finish with
Second Ezra 2.
Second Ezra. Yeah, 2, read 44 now.
This is Second Ezra 2 and verse 44. It says, "So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These are they that have put off the mortal clothing."
We know that famous precept, put off the mortal. Yeah.
Mortal thoughts.
No, not to be weighed down by them. Carry on. If we get that, we get that later. But carry on with this.
Yeah, this is it says in verse 45, 2nd Ezra 2 and 45. He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and received palms.
Yeah, we're taking part of becoming immortal. We're on that journey. It's another way of saying it. We're on that journey to be immortal, man. This is not no joke thing. This is not no joke thing. I think I heard that from somewhere recently. You might have been one of the brothers put the videos up on the in the chat. This is not no joke thing, man. We're getting ready to be immortal, man. We're on the journey to, so things is looking good for us. Carry on, Baba Kusha.
Yeah, it says
and for our fellow brothers, our fellow brothers, the 144,000 getting polished up and shined up, because why? There's going to be a marriage that's going to take place shortly. Yeah, go on.
It says, "I have confessed the name of the Most High." That shows you the name matters as well.
That's right.
Yahweh, the name of the Father, and Yahushua, the name of the Son.
Yeah. So we ignore all these trends. Right? That's why when the scriptures say, "Miss not the discourse of the elders," so you don't get sidetracked. You don't get because there's a lot of false prophets as well out there.
Yeah.
Doing the work which the Most High, the deceiver and the deceived
are
both his.
Yeah.
But and it's going to be made once again. It's going to be made more obvious, more towards the end times. Lord willing, we're on that. We're going to choose wisely. That's why continue to do what you're doing now, Akim. Miss not the discourse of the elders, and finish that. Read down to the bottom. It's going to break it down.
Yeah, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and received palms.
Yeah.
Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High.
Right. Yep. And we know his name. Right. We ain't taking that for granted. His name, his son. Right. What's that? I believe it's Proverbs 4:30 or 30:4.
Yeah. If thou, what is his son? What is his name? What is his son's name?
If thou can tell. And who taught us that?
God, our apostles,
Our elders, our teachers.
Yeah.
Back to what I was talking about. That in these this is one thing I like about some of these so-called classic old school movies. They understand order, man. They understand rank. They understand order. If they fall out of line, they understand they have to be disciplined. I'm talking about the understudy of the Grand Master.
That's true.
He accepts his he has to be disciplined. He
Mm.
may you know, he wants to learn, so he has to cow down to his master.
Right.
He says, "I bow to you," and he's acknowledging that you in the movie
Mm-hmm.
you got something that I would like to learn. I would like to learn from you.
Superior.
You know, I would like to learn what you are teaching. You know,
Yeah.
so he serves him, and right, he's giving the example here. He's talking about that what he just read. Read that again.
Yeah. This is 2 Ezra 2, verse 46. It says, "Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands?"
Yeah, in the movies, man, you know, and you know what? Once he humbles himself, the student, he humbles himself to the Grand Master. He learns, right? In some cases, he even surpasses his master. And I'm talking about what happens in the movies. That don't happen in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
Because
It's all set.
It's all set. But you have to come down a peg or two. If you want to go up, if you want to come up, you have to go down to come up.
Yeah.
And in the end of the movie, there's always the final battle, and the master's always pleased with his student because he takes on the enemy,
Right.
and he what's the word? He gives his master a good name when he defeats the enemy. And he says, yeah, and you just see, the order was all there, you know what I mean? And he said, and it's usually because he humbled himself. He was humiliated, right? If you saw the movie, any of those movies, Snake and the Eagle Shadow, Snake and the Monkey, they was always humiliated before they learned the martial arts. Sometimes it was a little bit presumptuous because they was young, they learned it, and they had to be humbled and go back to their master and learn properly. Because they was young and inexperienced, so sometimes they got themselves caught up into fights they wasn't ready for. They had to go back and humble themselves to the master and learn properly, and then come back.
And it's beautiful how you said that, Ariel, because when they get beat down, they go back to the master. They have to take the herbs to heal their body again.
And don't forget the herbs.
The herbs,
because sometimes you think youth is gonna carry you through.
Yeah.
You need something, man.
Yes.
These bodies need help, recovery, recovery time.
Yes.
Because sometimes they lie down and he says, well, in one of the movies, even the master took a beating, right? And obviously with his wisdom, right, he woke up and he was getting nursed. And he said, what happened? He says, yeah, you've been asleep for 2 days. He said, I've been resting.
Wow.
And he understands he needs rest. He was resting, and then they nursed him with the herbs. They all understand that they have to get the herbs and come back to the master, give him recuperating time, and then him and his student was training each other.
Start the training again.
Right, start the training again, go back now and deal with the enemy.
Yes.
This collectively as Israel, this is the story.
Heavy, brother. Heavy.
We got beat down. I don't want to get too much into the movie, but I'm just using an example. We got beat down, got humbled because we were presumptuous. We ran ahead. We left our master, our father, our creator. We ran ahead, thought we couldn't deal with it on our own. We got humiliated. Deuteronomy 28. We have to go back now, learn wisdom and understanding. The herbs are involved in that. can't leave at the herbs. But in this kingdom, it's part of the journey. In some way, shape, or form, you need to recover. You need assistance, right? And we're not pushing. Everything ain't for everybody, but we do know what we do know is that that's what they dealt with back in those days.
Yeah, that's the old path.
That's the old path. We're getting back to that old path, and eventually, and we're not saying do everything in one day. Eventually, most are gonna do away with all the pharmakia. The old path is we're getting back to the old path. Let me not get sidetracked. Finish. Yeah, go on.
There was something that he mentioned as well, and the master was actually proud of his student as well.
Yeah.
The same way it's talking about in 2 Ezra 2, that Yahushua is the one who's going to crown us.
Yeah.
The Yaratazar, in the chariots, when we get beamed up.
Yeah.
And the same way in the scripture it talks about Yahushua said, in fact, I'll just read it quickly. This is Matthew 25 and 23. It says, his Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant, that thou hast been faithful over a few things, I'll make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. So Yahushua is going to be proud and joyous, over us, because we're like students, under him, of which he can be proud of, because of course, again, through the strength that he bestowed upon us, that we were able to endure to the end. Hence why we always say through Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua that we made it.
Yeah, carry on reading with that. It's actually gonna, it's a nice the moral of the story. We actually, you kind of touched on the moral of the story. It's gonna fulfill the moral of the story, so we don't become sidetracked or impatient, right? Because then that's a massive loss if we do. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so 2 Ezra 2 and verse 46, it says, Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly.
So yes, we had the rebukes. We're gonna get more, right? We had the humiliation. We potentially gonna get more.
Yeah.
But what else are we gonna get more of? Go on.
Yeah, it says then began I greatly to commend.
We're gonna get you mentioned the crown, the commendation.
Yeah.
The one-on-one. We're gonna get that. The one-on-one, and we're gonna, we're giving out now. What's the word? We're putting that work in now.
Yeah.
I think I heard something the other day. What was it? We're the tomorrow people, something like that. The people of tomorrow, something like that.
We are.
Yeah, the people of the future people. But we right now we're just, Lord willing, we're gonna stay in our lane. We're not gonna get sidetracked.
Yeah.
And when the fire gets hot, we're not gonna jump out, because the fire is the refiner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carry on reading. Read down to the bottom.
Yeah, so it says, Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Talking about the 144,000 who remained, right? Because they got their reward. And he saw this as a seer, as a prophet. He saw that the full picture. The Most High gave him the vision, right? Yahweh Yahushua gave him the vision of the end game. Yeah, there's a movie. There's actually a movie called Avengers Endgame. Yep. So,
So it says, For the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
Yeah, that's another thing. He's actually give us the end of the movie, the crowning of the end of the movie, which we what we got to do is stay
the course.
Stay the course. It's already the victory. The victory is already won in the spirit.
In the spirit, that's it.
Yeah, man.
You gotta know.
So let's get to back that up. Let's get Sirach 30. I think around about Sirach 30. Let's hit some of that, and then we start winding up and get Sirach 13 and read some of that, and whatever else brothers got, we're gonna bring that out as well. Because we've been touching on the health a lot, and getting into the practicality. There is a practical side in the spirit. There's a practical side as well, right? Which means we're getting into that too, because the Most High that's the old way coming up. There's physical health, right? How you deal with because the thorn in the flesh is physical as well.
True.
What Apostle Paul was dealing with, it was physical. There's things that have been said what it potentially was. We ain't getting into that right now, but it potentially was something physical, and yes, the Most High provided us physical things that we can do on this side. Yeah,
I got it, brother.
Yeah,
brother Ariel. Ecclesiasticus 30 and 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong in constitution, than a rich man that is afflicted in his body.
Yeah, so we've been hearing what's happening. There's judgments taking place. As a matter of fact, what just come to me now, I was watching one of the elders videos on Chris Johnson. If you've seen that, he's got what's that thing that paralyzes your body?
Oh, hold on.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find it. Right?
ChatGPT.
Nah, hold on. Let me find it now. Hold on. I tell you what. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's ask ChatGPT.
The name's in my head, but it's not coming out.
I know what to do. Chris Johnson, the former NFL footballer, what is he dying from?
According to WBTV, on Monday, June 29th, in an interview on Good Morning America, former Tennessee Titans running back Chris Johnson, aka CJ2K, said he was diagnosed in 2025 with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, better known as ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, at the age of 39.
Yep. Oh, man.
First, I want people to know I'm still me, Johnson said.
It's an ALS.
Yeah, ALS, right? It paralyzes your body, and then eventually you're fully paralyzed. And he's now a potential for the, you know, when you get into it, the MOTB. But what's that guy's name, man? That he was a real so-called really Steve Hawkins.
Right.
Yeah, brothers, the video's up there. Anyway, Steve Hawkins, he had something very. It could have been the same thing.
Yeah.
Lou Gehrig disease or ALS. Which eventually Steve Hawkins, he was speaking through computer generated voice, AI voice, and it's the same scenario with Chris Johnson at 39. That's a young man. So when I watched that before I went to bed, I had to kind of like put up some prayers, bro. I put up some prayers, and I said, let me watch this one before I go to bed and have this on my mind, so that when I'm lying down, I'm going to be able to put up some prayers and say and also give thanks to the Most High, you know, so that I can say, so that, you know, I've got my body, I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's everything's still working, and just say sometimes it's good to reflect and give thanks to the Most High,
Right.
Yeah.
because the curses are out there. That's the terror of the Lord, bro.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, let me ask chat something, and then we're gonna move forward. See what chat says about that. So the name of the disease, we're going to ask chat to break it down, just to hear what chat has to say. Because sometimes, you can we're positive and we're dealing with being positive, but when you look in certain people, what they're dealing with, what their challenges, when they, aka they're not in this truth, then they're under the curses. Now you could be fully in good health under the curses or in the world, right? You ain't going, you know, what hope do you still have? This was a rich man. Chris Johnson. Hold on, let me ask the question. Let me frame myself to ask the question right. Come back out of that. Chat assistance. The diagnosis of ALS.
What are symptoms?
What are the symptoms of ALS?
You're welcome. If you ever have other topics or questions you'd like to dig into, I'm here to help. Just let me know.
Okay, let me come back again. Let me ask again. Check this one. What are the symptoms of ALS?
No, it's a bit slow. Okay. Try again.
Right. Chat.
Hey, I'm still here. If you have anything else on your mind or just want to continue chatting, I'm ready.
What are the symptoms of ALS?
Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, is a progressive condition that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. Early symptoms can include muscle weakness, clumsiness, twitching, stiffness, and sometimes difficulty with speech or swallowing. As it progresses, the weakness spreads and breathing muscles can be affected, though intelligence and senses are usually not impacted. If you notice unexplained muscle weakness or other symptoms, it's important to see a doctor promptly.
Don't have to do all that whole blah business. I got the answer. So it's progressive, and it starts. You know,
Brain,
if you saw the video,
spine.
he started with something minor. You know, the brothers got the elders got the video up there. But when I watched that, I said, let me watch that, and then, you know, just before, let it be my last video, so that when I go and lie down, I got it on my mind, fresh on my mind, and just say the Wadiyo Bashim Rashai, man. That because that's the terror of the Lord.
Mhm.
That's a rich man. Read that again, Brother Kushai.
Right. Ecclesiasticus 30 and 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body.
Yeah. You see? So he's going to be offered the MOTB if he hasn't already got it, because there's a lot of these kind of things be happening. The Most High's making an example of those that sold out.
Yeah.
They took the bag. He was a ninja. He came back in his lot, but the Most High used him. He's using him as an example. You know what I mean? He's afflicted, and he's not, if he hasn't already got the MOTB, he's gonna take it. Because even now with the miracles that they've got now, where he can speak, there's other similar illnesses with similar people telling their story, and either got the MOTB or they're in line to get the MOTB, because that's their miracle.
Yeah.
I believe that's in Revelation 14 and 13 goes into the miracles that he is going to be conjuring up. They're going to be perfect specimens to use.
That they're already doing it.
Right. See?
Elon Musk, I think one of his patients that has ALS, he took the actual Neuralink chip, which is pretty much early right now for the MOTB, and then that actually helped him to be able to translate his thoughts to be seen on a computer, and the computer actually generated a voice based on his thoughts, and it was accurate.
See?
So that's Esau's miracles that's going to be used to deceive the masses.
Right, that goes back to not to be ignorant in a small thing or big thing. That goes back to that. We understand that because that's how they're gonna, it was that problem, reaction, solution. But if you had your health, this is beautiful, the Most High. If you had your health and you could speak all right without the AI, right? Now you're in a predicament where you're in a dire straight situation where you have no choice but to accept Esau's miracle. Most High got miracles happening right now. I was thinking about that the other day, right? But what we've been through generally individually as well, but mainly collectively, what we've come out of as a people. The Jim Crow, the transatlantic slave, the alligator bee. That's a miracle. And in the spirit too, we're how you say, going from strength to strength, from glory to glory, because we were supposed to be what they call it when you wipe out a people.
A knockout. So like genocide?
Yeah, that's the word. The word. Yeah, that's the word. We were supposed to be finished, man. Genocided, out for the count, never to get up again. Like when some of these heavyweight boxers do to their opponents. We wasn't supposed to reach the 10 count and then beat the 10 count and then come up and beat up the enemy. That's what's happening now. We beat the 10 count, standing up now, great boldness, and we're getting we're letting off now on our enemy. We're letting off. We went through the storm, the eye of the storm. We're getting up now, and we're starting to throw some. Right, we ain't quite out of the woods yet, but we're starting to throw some out there now. We're throwing them jabs. We're getting used to them. We took the punishment. The body's toughened up a bit. We're learning how to dodge a bit better, and we learned how to to ride the punches so that they don't knock us out anyway. That's how you learn. For those that are into the sparks and the boxing and all of that, you got to learn how to take that punishment first. And they usually, what they have them do in the gym, the small guy, he could be maybe a welterweight. He may spar a heavyweight or a cruiserweight, someone bigger than you, and they let him let off on you. They let you take punishment so that when you go in and it's actually the fight is playing out, you know how to take it. You give it. You know how to give it. To receive it and then know how to give it to. That's what the Most High is doing in so many words. That's what He's let happen to us. We've received it. We was down bad. We took the punishment. Now He's saying, now it's time to get up again, gradually on His time, and we're starting to throw them punches out there. And they're saying, wait a minute, did I not knock you out in the last round? What's going on here? Now you got me on the ropes. Baba Kushah, let's get back to that and let's finish it off, man. A couple of verses in that. Sirach 30. You can read 13 again. Lord willing, we read. We're gonna end off. Lord willing, we finish it off.
Right.
And we're gonna end with it. We
Uh,
don't
shall
want
I-
to make this a long
Shall I
video.
go to 15 now?
Read 14 again, Baba
Right.
Kusha, and then jump down to 15 and see how far we can go.
Right. Ecclesiasticus 30 and 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong in constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in
Yeah.
his body.
So Esau's the rich man. One of our elders, he usually goes into that. The Lazarus predicament.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's happening now. Yeah.
Verse 15. Health and good estate of the body
Yeah.
are above all gold and strong above infinite wealth.
Yeah, and we're damn bad, right? But the Most High, what is He blessed us with? He blessed us with this truth,
Fui.
which is a gateway. You don't just come. You don't just say, "Right, I'll give you the truth now. You're gonna have health and everything." It's all it's a package deal. No, but he is teaching us though
Yeah.
how to get the others,
Yeah.
like the strong body, the health, the psych, the psyche as well, the mental strength. Because we had to get psychologically beat down. It was physical, but it was psychological as
The
well.
mindset.
The
Yeah.
The mind. So what
Yeah.
what does that do when you are psychologically beaten down? It's supposed to make you stronger psychologically, because you've been beaten down and you was told you ain't gonna get nothing. You ain't gonna get what they call it, they were psyching us out
Yeah.
in Joel don't gotta get it, when they were selling us for rum and tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't never gonna recover from this. Look at
Mm.
what we're doing to your children and the alligator bait. You never gonna come back from that. You're finished.
Mhm.
But that it builds your faith when you look back and you say, wait a minute, look what I'm doing now
We rose up.
as a people. Yeah, Baba Kusha.
Right. Verse 16 now. There is no riches above the sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart.
Ooh, hold on, let me just take my time with that one and let
Let that marinate.
let that one marinate. Baba Kusha. Oh man. Boy, man, you see, these celebrities with all their money. What's happened to that Clive? That's just another thing that's just come up. The Clive Davis thing.
Mm.
All those that took the bag from him. What's her name? Whitney Houston. What's the other one?
P. Diddy.
P.
Is
Diddy.
that
Yeah,
okay.
P. Diddy. Yeah, he was his mentor. He mentored a lot of celebrities, so-called celebrities. But where are they now? They're all damn bad anyway.
Yeah.
You know, they got demons on them, and they're spilling the beans about this dude. He was a monster. What he used to do. You know, obviously we know about all the cash, you know, the casting couch and all of that.
Yes.
But are they not rich?
That's it.
Just go, Baba Kusha. Go back to it. We ain't finished
Yeah,
yet.
right, okay.
Come on.
Okay. Verse 16. There is no riches
Yeah.
above the sound body,
Yeah.
and no joy above the joy of the heart.
Yeah. See, and that's why we're cognitive. We're mindful of what we put in there.
Yeah.
Right, we don't miss the discourse of the elders, right?
Yeah.
So that that's the psyche, how you have somewhat, even under the curses, you have the hope does it as well. That's a psyche booster,
Yeah.
a psyche booster, a faith booster.
Yeah.
As we looked at with our role model, he was taller than all of the rest.
Yeah.
What he did, he gonna deal with us, Lord willing. That where those men coming back. He gonna deal. We're gonna get the therapy. We Elder Apostle Gabar talks about the therapy. This truth is the therapy.
Yeah, the real therapy.
The real therapy. He gonna give us the therapy. We're talking a little bit about the therapy, what they offer you on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, and he's the role model, man,
You're right.
and he knows each of us collectively and individually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one, Baba Kusha, 17.
It says, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
Yeah, and brothers that have been there, like almost close there, they can testify to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we've got testimonies that brothers can speak on that. Yeah, they can speak on that, man, in this truth. We know that. What have you got, Baba Kusha?
This is Psalms.
Start winding down now.
Yeah, Psalms 115 and verse 9. It says, O Israel, trust thou in the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. He is their help and their shield. So, of course, whatever affliction whether it be spiritual, demonic attacks and whatnot, physical afflictions, whether it be, all sorts of sicknesses out there, as Esau has a variety of names for, or whether it be mental as well, certain hindrances, the mental, I'll just say mental hindrances, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, it says he is our help and our shield as well. So the point is, through Yahweh Hashem Yahshua we could do all things. We don't need to worry about, okay, what if that happens because of this, it's all just, limiting beliefs as well. But in spite of that, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is still going to get us through it, which is, again, you can see it as faith training as well. Little scenarios the Most High puts us in is to say, all right, look, he got us, he got us, he got us, he got us. What was that scripture that mentions about he hasn't seen the righteous perish? Roughly paraphrasing.
He'd never seen the righteous begging bread. That's the one.
So
you could pull it up if you find it, and then we get into that. And then you hold Surah 13. We're gonna read down, and any brothers got any adding scriptures, but let's read from Surah 13, read from 14, and then read down. But let Ratazar bring out that one.
Yeah, so this is Psalms 37 of verse 25. It says, I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Yeah. On the contrary, you bring out your point. I forget your point. On the contrary, you've seen rich people who took the bag. That's there. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get that. We're gonna go there too. But bring out your point. Yeah.
So of course it says the righteous. He hasn't seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So we know, obviously, as it says in Isaiah 65 and verse 13 and Job 5 as well, the Most High will feed us in these times.
Yeah.
In spite of everyone else in the world, they're stressing because they don't have a power to back them. And so even Jake as well. Jake is in a state where they don't know anything else.
Chris Johnson on his sick bed now. Yeah. With what he's dying from. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, even Christians and their so-called demon, of Jesus Christ that they have their convictions in, even they fear of how they're going to look after themselves in these times to come as well. They have a fear. They have far less faith in their idol than we have than our faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because of the fact that, of course, in reality they're worshiping idols, and that idol ain't going to do nothing in the time of Jacob's trouble.
Yeah. One of the videos just come to my mind. One of my old videos, what I did, not maybe a month or two ago. Esau is the title of it was Esau is suffering right now because the Most High hateth robbery. That's why he's homeless right now. The Most High hateth robbery. That's why Esau is begging bread now. He begging bread. Right, the righteous ain't gonna be begging bread, but Esau is begging bread right now. Yeah. What you gotta do is just do your research, go on TikTok and watch those videos. You've seen the videos already. He's begging bread. Why? Because he was going around killing, stealing, and destroying. Right. And the Most High hates robbery. The scriptures tell us that. So it turned out it backfired on him.
He shot the boomerang and he received it back.
Right, man. So we're gonna close out, and we're gonna read. It's actually gonna get into that as well. Here where we are now.
We want Ariana.
Surah 13 and read 14.
Okay, got it here. Love the Lord all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation.
Yeah, because there's no back doors here. There's no side doors. There's no back doors. With Esau, he may try and give you a little shortcut, right? To take the bag. Well, a lot of them they ended up becoming what's that name? Shaka Khan, the story I was watching one of it. Shaka Khan, she's telling us spilling the beans on Clive Davis. Oprah Winfrey, they're all coming out against you, Oprah Winfrey. Now you took the bag years ago. She had her talk shows. She exploded in popularity. The Oprah Winfrey talk show and The Color Purple, all them old movies. She exploded because she took the bag. She was one of the first to take the bags. Oprah Winfrey. She exploded into stardom. Yeah. But now it's all coming out about her. She's a monster. Like Clive Davis. And there's more we're going to hear that the Most are going to call them back to the spirit world because they've run their course, the egg timer, the spirits, the demon. What's his name? What's that demon, man? You got all these movies. Was it Jeffrey? No, what's that? What's that? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that's another one.
Nightmare on Elm Street. What's his name, man? Go to Nightmare on Elm Street. Pull up the movie because I hate when I get them blasted mental blocks, man. When it comes to movies and stuff. Nightmare on Elm Street. What's the star in it? Or the
main character.
The main character. Yeah. The Most High is coming to collect, man. The spirit creative Avengers. That's another way of saying it.
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
How
Yeah.
can you forget that?
He was one. If you know, there's one of them old. Them movies were scary. Them
Oh,
days.
in those days,
But you couldn't escape Freddy Krueger. You couldn't escape Freddy Krueger because he can come up in your nightmares, man.
Oh,
Get you,
boy.
yeah, get you, man.
That's why they didn't want to sleep, did they? They
Yeah,
didn't want to sleep.
yeah. Freddy Krueger. So the Spirit Creative Avengers is coming to collect all these stars now. He got James, what's his name? Clive James, and he was massive. That guy, you know. They worshipped him. Even they're supposed to be Israelites, but he's an Amalekite. You can tell just by the way he is, man. He's a serpent right through and through. He reminds me a little bit of Vocab Malone. And what's the other guy? You know the serpent. There's something about them. And what's the other guy? What's the other one, man? Oh man, he does them interviews, man. He reminds me of them. That guy. They call him a culture vulture. Vlad TV.
Oh,
Them
right.
serpents where you just that's a serpent. Yeah, look at him. And they're always up in the mix with Jay. They're always up there
All the
very
time.
much.
Yeah.
Because there's serpents need someone to exploit, innit?
Manipulation.
Snakes need blood. They need blood to survive. Snakes, serpents, sucker puff, leeches. They need. So they love being around Jake. They love being around Jake. Vocab Malone loved being around Jakes. You notice that?
It's true.
And that's how they get off. And that's how they get fat. If you ever just watch, as a matter of fact, let me hit a scripture because I got it on board. Let me hit it, bro. Baba Kushar. No, you read it, Baba Kushar. Job, and then we're gonna finish. Where we've got some more to bring out. Job 12, and read from about 16. It's something that I like to do. Read from about 6. I mean.
So this is Job 12,
Yeah.
and verse 6. It says, "The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke the Most High are secure."
See, there you go. That's back in the point about the rich. Well, it's gonna break it down. Yep.
It says, "Into whose hand the Most High bringeth abundantly,
Yep.
but ask the beasts, and they shall teach thee."
Right. You see, it's on the surface. It's all on the surface with the Amalekites.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes the Most High gives you. Brothers have visions. Brothers have dreams. Brothers get insights. You just wake up. You got an insight about a particular situation or a particular spirit. You know, there's brothers that they're just good with that. They read spirits. That's their thing. That's just that's their gift. So as it's kind of breaking down here, 7. Carry on with that again.
Yeah, it says, "But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee."
Yeah. So you can look at certain people and you can say, "Oh, that's a demon, bro. That's a beast. That's a spirit. I can see what kind of spirit you are." Because the Most High give you that insight, to see. Oh, welcome along. I see. Yeah, you like to exploit people. You like to talk down on people. You got that narcissistic demon on you. You know, the scripture says, "Carry on." It's going to break it down. I like to observe. Now, if you just look at the thought come back to me. If you just look at a sucker puff, right, or a leech,
Oh, a leech. I'm gonna mention that word, leech.
right? You put it on your own arms. You got people that do it. Put it on your own arm or someone else's arm. It's like a flat thing, and then you just see it swelling up like a balloon. But and you swear blind, it's just swelling up. Well, it's swelling up like a balloon because it's sucking your blood.
Yeah.
And you know what he does? He's talking about watch the beast and they shall teach you. You know what he does? It recruits or releases a painkiller, right? When it's sucking your blood, it releases a painkiller Right, that's how these things are instinctively made.
Wow.
It releases a painkiller so that you don't feel the pain. No pain.
That's heavy.
It's sucking your blood and getting
Yeah,
fat,
yeah,
but-
You realize.
and you don't realize it
Wow.
unless you look. I've been to, back in the day, going to the woods and walking in
Wow.
marshes and stuff,
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
out and you see them on your legs.
Hmm.
But if you didn't look down, you wouldn't even know it's sucking your blood. That's a rat. That's what rats do. You Amalekite serpents. That's what you've been doing to our people.
Yeah.
See, but now the Most High said, right, you've had your fat. You've been fat, and you've waxed fat on our people. Now he's got you back up there in the spirit world, and I've done a video on this guy, Clive Davis. You're gonna come back, and you have to pay your debt. Most High requires that which is past. So you're gonna have to pay your. That's what they say in the courts. You're gonna have to pay your debt back to society, and all those that you leached. Right, most are going to probably give you back to them. You're going to be on their cotton field. Maybe even Whitney Houston might have you, because we know the story about what happened with her in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He had a big part in it.
Of course, yeah.
There was a party that took place right in the same hotel. But anyway, that's the point really. That's the point. 7. Just carry on reading.
Yeah, it says, and the fowls of the air, they shall tell thee,
Yeah.
or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee,
Yeah.
and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
So we opened up with mission up the discourse of the elders. There's other things that Most High has given to us too. Observate the power of observation. That's a powerful thing. If he opens up your insight to it, because all the powers anyway come from the Most High, and he may give you insight via animals. I was out doing a video not too long ago. I was talking about every creature likens to its kind, and the Most High made it manifest. All birds was coming right next to me. All birds just gathered up like that. In the video, and I even showed it. The Most High gave me that. Like he made it manifest. Yeah. So there's things that the Most High He's doing now, bro.
Yeah.
Let's stay on the point. Yeah. Sure.
You observe the animals and then
you see the similarities in humans as well.
In humans.
Which really does demons within them.
Yeah.
Which imitate like certain mannerisms of certain creatures that the Most High Yahweh Shemeshah has created.
Yeah, and we knew we was able to do these things. Going back to herbs again, just to touch on it because it's not that video, but there's a signature mark when you look at certain herbs. What we knew, I know that ain't our brothers, the Gadites and the Reubenites, they would be able to just say, oh, that's for your heart. I look at a particular herb just by its shape.
Yeah.
Right, they was familiar with it. Oh, that's for your heart, that's for your liver, that's for your kidney, because the Most High made it look like something that's of within you. Yeah. Oh, that's if you take that, it's gonna give you potency.
Yes.
If you take that, it's gonna give you power. You're gonna have a better blood circulation if you take that. Which that future video we can do that. But because that's the old way coming back to us. Yeah. Sure. Carry on. Read up to 10.
Yeah. It says, verse 9, Job 12 and 9, who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this?
Yep. See, that's what this is. Job. Job is sitting down in his situation because we know Job he suffered, but he have made observations, very very powerful observations of his surroundings and creation, and which he passed on to us. His question. He's asking these are good questions because there's a question mark there. To the Most High, 10.
It says, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind.
Right, man. The Most High's this is the Most High's creation, and everything you can learn from. Even the worm, that's the point though. Even the little worm, you look at a little worm. What's that worm? What's the point of a worm? Let me just put my foot. When we was younger and ignorant, what's the point of an ant? And you just go and kill it. Poor ant. No, man. We know better now though.
Yeah.
And that's the journey. In the spirit, same kind of principle we apply to this truth. We know better now, man. Miss not the discourse of the elders, our teachers, because they are speaking of the old way. That's the old way coming back to us. I think that's the point, though, man. All right, what you got?
Proverbs 28 and 6. Better is the poor that walketh in his righteousness than he that is perverse in the ways to be rich.
Yeah, because a lot of them, they're perverse, isn't it? How they got rich,
Yeah.
If you knew the stories, we know anyway. We do know how a lot of them, what they do, all the kind of contracts that they be signing with the blood and the casting cat and all of that. And I'm glad I don't want to know too much. I don't really need to know too much. I know enough anyway now. But we are no longer ignorant in a small matter or in a bigger matter. So something you're just gonna, most likely gonna let you put you on that game for you to know, because you're gonna be the judges anyway. We're gonna be judging these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. So let's get back to Sirach 13, and we could end with this one, and then brothers bring out your last whatever precepts you got. Sirach 13, read 14 again, and just read up to 16.
This is Sirach 13 and verse 14. He says Sirach 13 and 14.
Chapters 13 and verse 14.
This is Sirach.
Coming out again, I guess. Yeah.
Sirach 13 and 14 says, Love the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation.
Yeah, there's only one way, and that's through the straight gate. Yep.
It says, every beast loveth his life.
Yep.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
Yeah, that's our fellow neighbors. Not the wicked, not what we learnt in the church. Not if your neighbor's an Edomite, she ain't your damn neighbor.
Yeah.
She's your neighbor, but she's not your neighbor.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
But we know who our neighbors are. Yeah, carry on.
It says, all flesh consorteth according to kind.
Yeah.
And a man will cleave to his life.
Right. So let me just pause there. So what is the life? What did that son who was taller than all the rest say about those that were crowned?
They stood so stiff.
They stood there. That's he's talking about here.
Yeah.
Right? All flesh consorteth according to its kind, and a man will cleave to his like. Well, that's our kind. Right? And I like to say this, what I like to say is that when the elect come back on this side we're talking about, there's always a chemical reaction. We link up with our, the camps that link up with the central camp. There's a chemical reaction. Yeah. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small, however it is, but there is a chemical reaction. Right. You understand? And brothers can break that down for themselves. So hit the last one, Baba Kushar. When I say chemical reaction, it's like, because we've met before. Yeah, there's a bonding. Together, we're just going to a little bit what happened in Genesis 1. When we was all together, there was a chemical, Esau calls it the Big Bang, which we know is you can say that because there was a chemical reaction. When everything was created, when we got the blueprint, the Alahayim, the powers in the beginning, Bawa Asha, in the Hebrew, the beginning, there was a chemical reaction when the blueprint was given to Yahushua and the Alahayim to form the earth, the firmaments and all of that, the animals too. That was a chemical reaction. We're back here again now. What is happening? There's a chemical reaction. It's forming in the earth, right? The chemical forming in the earth is the truth is coming back, or another word is I say chemical reaction or the paradigm shift, because the brothers are back together again, right? The elect, yep. That's the point. That's the point.
Okay, two more.
All right, then go on.
It says Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
I tell you what. Read up to 21.
Go on. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly.
Yeah. I'm just gonna people like Vocab Malone and the men of the Lord. There's a repelling, man, and all the false Christians too. The pastors. There's no attraction. It can't work. Yeah. You can't. We repel each other. Let's not lie about it. You don't really like us. We've seen you. There's evidence where you've shown you don't like us. Yeah. It goes back it goes back to who you are, which brothers are saying that who you potentially are coming back. It's a repelling. There's no attraction there, right? As it's saying there. Carry on.
Yeah, opposite forces.
Yeah, just like brothers who deal with who have to deal with maybe their bosses or their fellow colleagues. That's who they are. Their bosses, their fellow colleagues at work, but they don't. There's a repelling there. They ain't going home together. You know what I mean? There's no they ain't got nothing in common. As soon as the brothers get the opportunity, them gone.
Yeah, do your job and go.
regardless of all the questions that they get asked.
Yeah.
Anyway, just to stay on the point.
It says in verse 18, Sirach 13 and 18, what agreement is there between the hyena and the dog?
You want to break that down? We already said about watching the animals.
Yeah, it's true because
Yeah.
really hyenas really realistically they're actually way larger than dogs in reality as well. A dog more so. Obviously, scriptures talk about wild beasts and of course livestock as well in terms of the ones you can own on a farm. You know, the hyena you can liken that as a wild beast.
Yeah.
You know, so a wild beast, you know, you can't really tame that one. But for a dog, of course, a dog can be trained and tamed as well.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just the general rule of things. And you know, hyena and a dog, they're both separate, man.
Yeah. So
In
you
terms-
got
yeah.
where you got a wild animal, you got a domestic animal.
Correct.
Right? But in the jungle as well, you got the lion.
Mm.
And you ever watch them lions and when they face off with hyenas?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah, they pack around them.
Go on.
Yeah, hyenas. Obviously, in the documentaries, sometimes you see that the hyenas they're moving packs and they're trying to
packs.
surround and
Yeah.
frustrate the lion.
Yeah.
You know, try and nip it a little bit, you know, until it gets tired, and then you know but the lion really don't get tired. Most of the time, it does, but it fights back generally.
Well, the lion is the king of the jungle, brother.
Mm.
Let's get that one right. Anyway, the lion is the king of the jungle. But if you ever see them hyenas with if they take their eyes off their cubs,
Yeah.
them lions, and that's most cubs anyway in the jungle, lion breaks their necks, bro.
Yeah.
So there's no agreement, man. You know, even in the jungle, you got the domesticated. You may have a cat and a dog. They, you know, you got to keep your eye on them because at any moment their nature might come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dogs are predatory animals.
Mm.
Cats are more you might say a bit more sort of like they
Domestic.
yeah
Reserved.
they're kind of more reserved. But anyway, that's the point. We don't need to get caught up into that. They don't agree, man.
They don't.
In the jungle world, it's a real. That's why it's a jungle world, man.
Yeah.
So you have a concrete jungle too, and everybody wants to act. Vocab Malone, all you are is you get some good points for being an actor, but you hate black people. We're not stupid here. We've been in the Christian church, and now I know who you are. I know who these people are in the Christian church. I know the pastor. I know the naive woman that love to run up and give your money. I know you. I know you're naive, and I know you're fooling yourself. Right? We know all about that. Say no more, man. Yeah, there's no agreement. Anyway, yeah, just finish it off.
Yeah, it says hyena and a dog, and what peace between the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
It says, as the wild ass, which is a donkey.
A lot of people just be loving to fool themselves in the Christian church. It's a big con.
It's ego.
The women con themselves. Oh, my pastor loved me. And you try and buy yourself in, to be a part of it by giving all your savings. You're just fooling yourself. The men fool themselves. The women them love them. There's always a divorce, round the corner. But they have to act like, we're coming with a big smile on the face, like everything nice. They now get nothing. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, man. But I might get angry. Anyway, go back.
Says, as the Sirach chapter 13 and 19, as the wild ass is the lion's prey, as the donkey is the lion's prey.
Yeah.
In the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
There's so much in this. Sirach is a book. It's full of it, man. It's so much
Heavyweight,
in
brother.
this. This is heavyweight. You wanna break it down, Baba Kusha?
Yeah, that's really it. Just in terms of like the general wisdom.
Yeah.
It's all there within the book of Sirach. But
Yeah.
as it says here in 19, it says, so the rich eat up the poor. So, those of whom are rich, Esau, Edom, these Edomites, they target the poor.
Yeah.
That's why they make all these rules to try and frustrate Drake.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about how times progress from, let's say from the 2000s up till now, 2026. It's like, Esau's always been pushing these laws to try and just, They put Jake down and just
trying to
make
put
things
us
hard.
back into slavery.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Nero 47.
Mhm.
That's what they want to do. Because they despise the poor.
Yeah.
They don't want the poor to have no kind of rights. They've got all these laws. If you want to go to other countries, you need all kind of just to drive your car. You need to pay this. You need to pay that. So
Taxes.
they
Yeah.
despise you. It's all to keep you down, keep you oppressed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Verse 20 now says, as the proud hate humility.
Yeah, and they hate you. You think, oh, let me just be humble. Oh, Martin Luther King.
Mhm.
Oh, we're gonna love them. We're gonna win them over with love. They walk one person. You could maybe still pull it up on YouTube. Just walked up to him and lick him in the head with a rock.
You see?
That's how they felt about him with his humility. They just saw that as an opportunity to rock him up, just give him some licks. That's why you had the contrary with by all means necessary. What's his name, man? By all means necessary. You had Martin Luther King to beat them with love.
Yeah, what about Malcolm X?
And then that's the one. Malcolm X said, but he was opposite. He had a radical approach.
Right.
That don't work. He said that don't work. We're gonna have to by any means necessary.
Okay.
Don't get into all the details. But by the way, disclaimer: Yehoshua, we're waiting on. We're waiting on him to return. Wait upon me. Anytime you mention Malcolm X, anytime you mention him, just give a disclaimer. So Yehoshua, when he returns, we're waiting upon him, right? As the scriptures say, right? That's where the justice is going to be back in the earth, and he's doing it. It's taking place now. Everything's being put right side up again.
Yeah.
Now, why are we hearing about over here? Is it the Philippines? Over there in the Philippines,
Venezuela.
earthquakes. Venezuela as well. Philippines and Venezuela, you had a 6.2 and then a 6.5 earthquake. And the amount of people the death toll is still rising. What did Yehoshua say? All these things you start to see, and then you know my presence is near. So this is a sign that is right. These are all the signs
Look up.
we're seeing that is
Redemption
on his
draweth
return.
nigh.
Right. You want to get that?
I get it.
Are you looking for it? All
I
right.
get it for you.
Get it, biblical shop. And then we get back to that. Yeah, so the signs are here, right? The big brothers are being prepared. The 144,000. The Yehoshua, the son of Yahweh, is being on his way. He's the role model. He's gonna be acknowledged, right? And they ain't gonna be able to do what they did to him when he was on the earth.
No way.
And that's Revelation. Someone can hold that too. Since we're talking about Yehoshua, Revelation. Let's get the dust off it. Revelation 1 and 7. Yeah, to back up that.
Can we get Luke 21 and 28? And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
See, right, and that's what we're doing. We're keeping our heads up. Keep your heads up. Look up, because that's the signs we're seeing. Keep looking up. And if we was to look up, just literally look up, we would see our big brothers as well going to and fro. You know, the chariots going to and fro, and they're about business, right? The hitmen that they're coming to collect, and when they come to collect, they don't go back to the Most High empty-handed.
No.
You're talking about real hitmen here,
Yeah.
right? You understand?
Marksman, real marksman.
What was that? What was that name we pulled up earlier on? I don't know. I hate when I get them film mental. But no, that movie, the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, Kruger or something.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I just got to try and keep my, once I get a mental block, the only way to cure it is to keep on trying to go back to it and mentioning the name. Freddy Krueger, but he's an example of a spirit created for vengeance, man. And he was like the terror of the Lord, a representation of the terror of the Lord. He'd get you, and there's nothing you can't run.
Yeah.
So
Revelation 1 and 7.
Yeah.
Right, this is Revelation 1 verse 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so on Mount.
Yeah, and he don't miss, man. And talk about vindictive. Sometimes there's things that happen to you, you might not forget, and it ain't vindictive. Some bad things. You
Past life.
got something to say?
No, I was gonna say, because sometimes So something may have happened in your past.
And
and
it could be a past life.
get little glitches here.
Yeah.
Maybe a dream or certain
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
certain things might irritate you, and then you're wondering why is this irritating me?
Yeah.
You don't know what happened in your
In
past.
your past
True,
life.
true.
Yep.
Some slave master did something, and then
Yep. Yep.
You get a little weird feeling.
What's that little guy? That guy got his face beaten up.
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till. Boy,
Wow.
I got to get vengeance for him. I've always had that spirit about me about that.
God.
I don't know if but it's, as you say, some things it's like a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
That's got to be righted, bro.
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, the point is that he hasn't forgot. Yehoshua hasn't forgot certain things we may not need to avenge,
Yeah.
and that's therapy. That's real therapy.
Of course.
It is righteous on the Most High's part to pay back tribulation to those that
Righteous judgment.
made tribulation for you.
Yeah.
Righteous judgment.
You're right.
So some things is in our spirit it needs to be cleared up
Yeah.
and ironed out, as they say.
They call it unfinished business.
The water.
Unfinished business.
Yeah, there's some unfinished business need to be ironed out. Esau, nipped in the bud. They need to be nipped in the bud. So yeah, we're talking about the rich man. Let's carry on reading down to 21.
Right, so Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and 20.
Yeah.
As the proud hates humility, so doth the rich abhor.
Yeah,
the
that's
poor.
that's why they want us back in back in chains again. AKA the MOTB. That's their way.
Yeah.
This digital MOTB, the mark of the beast. That to them is gonna put us back where we be in their minds, where we belong. They hate humility. They hate all that. So please, they never had no mercy on us. So we ain't gonna have no mercy for them.
True.
Right? So that's what via Nero 47, and the term was given Nero 47 because that's all the past presidents that he came following on from. The former presidents, 47 before him. So the name was coined Nero 47, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's what his agenda was. They hate humility, right? They trample you down. You beg God to them proud men and beg for them for mercy, right? Shine my shoes, boy, and I look down on you, right? Anyway, last one, Baba Kusha.
Ecclesiasticus 13 and 21 says, a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends,
Yeah,
but a poor man being down is thrust and also away by his friend.
yeah. So that has to be put right side up again. This is the way of this kingdom. The just man get praises and glory and respect. Clive James is gone anyway. That's
Clive
just
Davis or Clive James.
What? I say I'm going to have to make a correction for one of my previous videos. I said I was going to do it because I missed pronounced the name. When I say, if I ever say it in future, Clive James, I really mean Clive Davis. But that's the mental block that like sometimes you got to deal with that. But anyway, Clive Davis, yeah, most I called him back to the spirit world. This is the spirit. This is the way of this kingdom. But the most I acquireth back that which is past.
Yeah.
So yes, they're gonna maybe Whitney Houston might have him on his cotton field, or Shaka Khan, or even P Diddy, because he's gonna be, we believe he's an Israelite.
Yeah,
He may
of
have
course.
Clive Davis on his cotton field and making him, put that work in to pay back the debt, because everything gonna be right the right way around. And I wouldn't mind visiting his plantation in it as well. Give him a little, Puff Daddy, which he ain't gonna be him then. I don't know. He could come back. He could come back through me. I don't know how the plans. But we're gonna visit all these people. Lord willing, it's gonna be fun in the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
I've said enough, man. Brothers, bring out what you got, and we're gonna close, man.
I got here one there.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're not closing it, yeah?
No, bring out what you got.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Lord our power and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Yeah, this is talking to the elect, right? That's why we're standing and missing to the best of our ability, keeping up with the trends, what's going on in Israel, right? The general census, continue with keeping the medicine strong. The Most High has opened up the floodgates now for us. We're not one of any matters, ignorant or small.
Yeah.
We're going to build on them, Lord willing. We're going to build on those things, what we got, and Lord willing, go from glory to glory, as was said. You know what I mean? Because we're seeing the downfall of our enemy. Yeah, it says how the rich man beginning to fall is held up. See, this is unrighteous, bro. This is unrighteous, man. You know what I mean? A man who exploited you, want to hold him up, man. You ain't right in your head. But anyway, Yehoshua gonna return and put all of that right, man.
One more verse. For the Lord our power shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Yep, that's right. Right? Again, a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friend, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friend. So that can't go on. That can't go on, you know. We know that ain't gonna go on. That's gonna be nipped in the bud.
Yeah.
The righteous man, led by Yehoshua, you're gonna put everything right side up again. So continue to do what you're doing, stay in your lot, and keep to the best of your ability. Stay in your course. As a matter of fact, we opened with let's get it. Let's close with it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Ecclesiastes 8 and 9.
Yeah, let's close with it.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 9.
Biblical shot.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 8, verse 9. It says, "Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth."
Yeah, man. Enough said. Close out as well.
Yeah, so Yaratazar find the edifying and exhorting. You know, Shalom Akim, and also on to the next one. Shalom.
Shalom.